Why to start a YouTube channel in 2020? You've probably watched already videos from those who had been on YouTube for quite a long time and reached certain success, or even have grown a large group of subscribers. All that is good, and you definitely need to watch those videos to learn from their experience. However, if you question yourself, why to start a YouTube channel in 2020? Then probably you are at the very beginning of starting and growing your YouTube channel, just like me for the time I filmed this video. And I've been in business for many years. I've done a bunch of cool stuff offline and online, and I can continue on and on, but here we are, new platform. And whatever experience you have, you need to start from the very beginning. Hi, my name is Marina Barayeva, and on this channel we talk about how to grow your personal brand and become well known in your industry. So I'm gonna share with you why to start a YouTube channel in 2020 from the perspective when you're completely new on YouTube. And if you decide that it's for you, then get that little momentum in the beginning that I missed to gain your first subscribers. Thinking about YouTube. It's in the top 3 most effective social media networks for branding today. Over 1.9 billion people log into YouTube every month, and YouTube has local versions in more than 90 countries. It's the second largest platform in the world after Facebook. Well, the Facebook ability for organic reach dropped down a long time ago, so I'm not going to even talk about it today. But what about Instagram? Why did I choose YouTube over Instagram? Well, actually, I've been a fan of Instagram for several years. I've been posting content there about small business marketing and personal development, and in the beginning, the community there started growing. It was the time before the algorithm started changing over and over again, making the reach of people more complicated. I dropped on it several times because of business and some life circumstances, but still was coming back over and over. And I've noticed that the reach and engagement in 2019 went down a lot. Some people also left Instagram or changed their life decisions, so I kind of lost part of the audience, which was okay, it's understandable. But then I looked at the whole picture of using Instagram in terms of my goals, growing a business and building my personal brand. It took me a decent amount of time to write the post. Then I had to publish it by myself or via extra apps, and living in China makes it sometimes too frustrating. It's just slow and something always not working. There were times when it could take me half an hour or almost an hour trying to publish a single post. If you don't know much about me yet, I'm from Russia but based in China for 9 years already, and China has its own interesting parts, but also many challenges, including regular for Western world social media. Well, if you can call it a challenge. Most people in China don't really know what Instagram and Facebook are. So with all the effort, I had no business from Instagram. My audience stopped growing. It's not the app that is regularly used in China, so in terms of the local reach of people, it was useless at all. The end of the story. Instagram shadow banned my account for I have no idea why. It's when you can't engage with people, like their content, comment, follow them, like nothing. I feel like it was the story of the year. Anyway, they unblocked me sometime, but at that time, I was already thinking about picking another primary social media platform. When you don't have a team behind, grow your presence on one main platform and experiment with the rest. It's very easy to get distracted, and it's less effective to be everywhere until you have a strong presence at least on one of them. Then you leverage your main channel to grow on others. So I was thinking, where else I can build a community and which can be better investment of my time now? So far, I have several goals that I want to achieve. Of course, it's building a community of raving fans to be able to have many more people to become influencers in their area they love. It's my passion to help people to succeed. Then, I want to use YouTube as a channel to grow my email list more, which I did not pay much attention before. I want the content I produce to serve me in the long-term perspective. Thinking about Instagram and Facebook, the posts go out of the feed way too fast and more likely many people won't see them. Also, there are plenty of ways to repurpose video content to other platforms. We'll talk about it in the next videos. And then I want to expand my personal brand and turn it into a full-time paid public speaking career. That's the thing I absolutely love, and it's in the transition right now. I've been a portrait photographer for 8 years, and I feel I want to do something more, some changes in life. And that would be interesting to rewatch this video again later after several years. Because you know what? Many times you set the goal and start doing the work towards it, and you may get different results in the end, which you are not exactly expected in the very beginning when you set your goals. Summarizing all of this, there are two networks that got my attention in terms of achieving my goals. And I always keep in mind where my audience is. So those networks are YouTube and LinkedIn. LinkedIn now reminds me of Facebook and Instagram a few years back, when you post something and many people in your network see it. When you engage with content, you like it or leave a comment, it goes up on your feed and many people again see it. There are other fun features like this. And then YouTube as a hub for videos. What I like about it, it's a search engine platform for videos, and it also reminds me of the old good times. I mean, very old. Like 10, 12 years ago, when it was easy to rank in search and get on the first page on Google if you optimize it correctly for SEO. That was the time when I stayed at home in Russia and earned money from AdSense while my friends went to a regular job. Fast forward. I picked my new primary platform and it is YouTube. So here I am. But I also plan to do some experiments on LinkedIn, so stay tuned. Will this help me to achieve my goals? I'm sure it will at some point, but we'll see how. Now, some people ask me, should I leave Instagram and get to YouTube then? And the answer is, check your stats. If Instagram works for you and your business, then stay primarily there and you can always experiment on YouTube. If it doesn't bring you any results, then think where else your audience is and how you can leverage a social media network to build a community, grow a personal brand, and of course, generate leads for your business. So here were my reasons why to start a YouTube channel in 2020. I relaunched this channel on October 2nd and committed to 1 year to post at least once a week. The years of experience taught me that consistency and commitment help you to grow, and you start seeing the results at some point. On October 2nd, I had 13 subscribers from the previous years. And here comes the first big mistake that I did right away when I launched. In a few days, I went to the US and didn't have time to share about relaunching a YouTube channel. I just told about it to some of my friends. So I ended up with a growth of just a little more than 10 subscribers within the first month. It's like you launch something and almost forget. If you decide to start a YouTube channel, get the momentum that you are up to something new and share with everyone and everywhere. Create a buzz. Share how exciting it is to start something new. Ask people to subscribe and watch your video or videos that you uploaded on your first days. Share as much as you can. So now the only question left. Will you start a YouTube channel in 2020? And what's your why? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share with your friends, subscribe to this channel and click a bell next to it to stay updated with more content like this. And if you want to grow your personal brand here on YouTube, check the personal branding series in that list. There are many practical tips.